Okay, hello everyone. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, or good night, depending on when you're watching this and where you are, because we are an international film festival, which means we have people from all over the place, and we are juggling and playing with time difference every day for the 10th anniversary of the Paris Art and Movie Awards. We're going to start this panel for the international short films, and we have two great directors with us today. We may be joined later by some others, but we don't know yet, so it's going to be a surprise. We have MJ, which is on my top left of the screen, and we have Clarence on the bottom screen. Hello, guys. How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Where are you guys? We started to talk about that backstage. MJ, where are you?
I'm at the moment. At South Korea, Seoul. It's 1 a.m. right now.
1 a.m. Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Definitely my pleasure.
Clarence, where are you?
I'm coming from Los Angeles, California.
Wow. So you're not that far from me because I am in Joshua Tree, like 2 hours away from Los
Oh, I heard
Angeles.
that. Okay. Yeah, not too
So,
far.
not too far. It's kind of, you can spend the weekend here and then go back to LA or do the opposite.
Right, do the
Yeah,
opposite.
So we have a lot of international films at the Paris Art and Movie Awards. And basically, we have the international short films is the biggest category we have because this is the category we received most of the submissions to. So the competition is high. And you two guys being here today really means you made a good film. And when I say good, it's an understatement, okay? So you gotta be proud, guys, about it.
Thank you.
Start. Clarence, can you tell us a little bit about you? What's your background and how did you end up being a director and a filmmaker?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm originally from New Jersey. So I'm from the East Coast.
Okay, the other side.
Right, the other side. So when I went to college at Carnegie Mellon University, I was a directing major there. But I've always made films. I made my first film when I was 10 years old, and I kind of got the bug back then, and I've just been, keeping at it ever since. So I moved out here to Los Angeles, I'd say about 5 years ago, and since then I've completed a variety of films. So I've completed 3 features, a bunch of shorts, 2 web series, and I have some new projects coming up as well. So I'm just trying to stay busy, and yeah, I think that's in a nutshell my background.
Okay, you gave me a lot already. I'm gonna have some follow-up questions on that. MJ, what about you? What's your background? What's your story? Who are you?
All right. Okay. I have a completely different background from Clarence. I've been a photographer for all my life, and I've been working for Sir Paul McCartney from one of the Beatles. But no, I have a dream, my childhood dream, becoming a film director since when I was young, and I was writing a script for all my life, and then last year, when I was in Singapore for my exhibition for my photography, I met a film producer who produced Hotel Mumbai, and then we got to talk about the script,
The script and your project.
Script, yeah, and the project. And then he really liked it. And then he said, okay, why don't we make a short film first before we go to feature? And that's what happened.
So that's your debut. That's your director.
That's my first ever debut.
Wow.
Okay, I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't catch the information. That's amazing. I mean, for a first film, I'm jealous. I mean, my first film.
Right, exactly. Same here.
Thank you. I'm just blown away.
It's okay, cool. We're gonna circle back to that. Clarence, did you just say that you already made like 3 feature films?
Yes. So I'm 27. So I made my first feature when I was 22. Then I made the next one. Of course, these are all, very low budget. Most of them, the first one was a horror film. The next 2 were more so kind of dialogue driven, character driven pieces. And I made, so the second one I shot in 2017. And then the third one I shot in 2018. So it was kind of a quick turnaround. And then in the meantime, since then, I've been making a bunch of shorts, web series, and then, developing potentially some more feature films. So, I'm just trying to keep the content coming.
So 27 years old, 3 feature films, a bunch of shorts, International Film Festival selection.
Sir.
Gosh,
Yes, sir.
when did you start?
This is so when I made my first little movie. Of course, it wasn't a good movie, but I was passionate about it when I was 10,
Yeah.
and then since then it's just been nonstop. This is what I love to do.
Okay, impressive. It's really impressive.
Thank you.
MJ, so I
Yes,
know
sir.
about your photography work because I've been checking on you before the talk. So can you tell us a little bit? You've had the chance to work with so many big names, so many famous people, and so many talented artists.
Yeah.
How do you feel? There is obviously a difference between directing someone for photography
Mhm,
and directing someone for a movie.
mhm.
How do you feel personally that the gap, the difference between these two type of creations?
Yeah. So as you mentioned, I've been working with a lot of big names like Paul McCartney, Johnny Depp, Natalie Portman as a photographer, and my I love take pictures of portrait of people.
Portrait, yeah.
So when I was sitting down on that director's chair on the first day last December, I felt really comfortable. And when I was taking pictures, I have to directing it, and I also have to take pictures, and I have to adjust the light and everything. So I have to be a one-man band for everything. But for film, I just sit there watching the monitor and just tell the people what to do, and it was amazing. But I believe there's a lot of similarity between photography and film, and I
They
just
are.
feel like being at home.
So basically, you felt prepared, and it was not
100%.
stressing out. You felt like, okay, this is making images, so I know how to do that.
Definitely. And also when I was looking at the monitor, because I've been a photographer all my life, so I know exactly how I want to lead the
Yeah,
scene. So it was
yeah,
so
yeah,
easy for me to work with the DOP because we understand what's the lighting situation.
yeah. So
So
you
so
know
yeah, so it was just a so beautiful procedure every day.
you know the framing, you know the light, you know the composition, you know the blocking. So
Yes.
it was not new for you. So I guess it's a good transition. We
Mhm.
have Russell that just arrived in backstage, so we're gonna welcome him. Russell, actually, Russell is an alumni of the film festival. He already made a movie that was selected like 2 years ago in the festival. Good morning, Russell.
Morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you
Okay,
hear
how you
us?
doing? Hi.
Good. Can you turn the sound a little bit more?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm actually not at home. I'm actually I was scouting for a new location for a new film.
Okay,
That's
cool.
why I do apologize that I'm very late here.
No, we're happy to have you. We're happy to have you. So what we're gonna do? We already started. So I'm gonna circle back to you right now. Who are you? What's your background? And how did you become a director?
Okay, so my name is Rusty Manuel. I'm of course a director. And thank you for having my film in the festival. I started filmmaking. I guess about around 2002, I did short films, and then one short film I did called Girl with Gun. It got the interest of my producer Howard Nash for first of my 5 feature films, and since then I've just been, I don't know, I've been working with some really great people. So with Assassin's Apprentice, because of Howard and because of people
Yeah.
like Ryan and Paul, my producers, we're able to get actors like Marina Sirtis and Robert Picardo. So
That's cool. That's
yep.
just amazing. And you are no stranger to the Paris Art and Movie Awards because the movie you made, Occupants,
Yes.
was selected like 2 years ago for its
Yes.
music score. So we've been in touch already, and it's a pleasure to have you again. And this is part of what we love to do with the film festival is to meet new people and then have them come back with an even better film. So we have to
Thank
select them again. So
Thank you.
welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
We're gonna go back to Clarence. Clarence,
Yes.
so you said you arrived in LA 5 years ago.
Yes.
How did LA treat you? I mean, usually people say you need to spend that many amount of years in a city to make your mark, to network, to meet people. How are you dealing with that to find your spot in the independent movie industry?
Well, it definitely wasn't definitely was not an easy start. You know, I definitely had my share of the people that feel you, you know, get your hopes up. The yeah, I can give you money for this movie, or yeah, let's do this. I can produce this, and then you know, nothing comes of it. So
Yeah.
definitely dealt with that a lot. But I guess the thing that kind of kept me going is persistence and you know being determined, because you know like I mentioned before, like this is something that I'm extremely passionate about. So, you know, even if I got a bunch of no's, I would find a way to get it made. And that's what I've
That's
been
not going to
doing.
stop
And
you.
exactly, that's not going to stop me. And then because of me being able to create things on my own, it's now bringing attention from, you know, other people, other
Yeah.
producers, people who are like, oh, so
How
this
you
is
do
what
it.
you do with this budget. What
Yeah.
can you do with this other budget? So
Yeah.
I'm definitely, you know, just trying to keep them going.
I feel you. I'm doing the same. I really feel you. I love it. MJ,
Yes, sir.
tell us a little bit about the movie itself. So we said it was your first film ever, been working in photography, but first narrative film ever. And you picked a subject that's not easy to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
It's raw, it's dark,
Mm-hmm.
but still the film is elegant in its
Mm-hmm.
look. Why did you pick this story and what did you want people to take away from that?
Okay, so back in college time, I was studying film in London in 1997. And I met a friend from there. He's a Japanese guy who was already working in film industry in Japan. And we've been friends for like last 20 years. And he was the person who always saying, MJ, one day you will be a filmmaker and then I'll
Great.
be a producer. Even though I dropped out from the school because I didn't have enough money to finish school. And I became a photographer, not a filmmaking person. But he's been believed in me for the last 20 years. So like a few years ago, I was talking to myself, okay, I have to write something for him, for
Okay,
the friendship. And then I
to
was
go for the bound you had with that
because
guy.
he was so backing up for a long time.
Yeah.
So I was looking for some story, and then one day I found out this murder story back in 1992 in suburb of Seoul, South Korea, that one of the prostitute was murdered by American soldier. But it was really horrible way that how he killed this poor girl. And when I saw that the image of the murder scene, it was just unspeakable. And I was researching that the industry and the situation of between the prostitute and American soldier during those time, and I found out there's so many dark stories laid down there.
Yeah.
But
Not just
because of
this
the
one, but many
yes,
more.
yes, but because of the situation between Korea and America, the Korean government, no one want to talk about it because they
Yeah.
don't want to give a bad relationship with
Yeah.
with American government. So I don't want to to blame at anyone. I just want to talk about what happened, and then people should know so
Yeah.
we can prevent that things don't happen
Yeah.
again. And also that kind of situation, it not only happened in Korea, it happened in Japan, it happened in Vietnam, it happened quite a lot of different countries. So that's why I thought it was very important to make that movie. But as you said, thank you very much for you mentioned that, but I want to make it as elegant as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. So you used the movie making tool to share a story that you care about and that you think people should care about too.
That's correct, yes.
Russell, on your side, that's completely different. That movie, The Assistant Apprentice, is more like entertainment. It's a short, intense action film with two major movie stars. How did you package that one, and how did you manage to make it happen?
Well, you mentioned the previous film that was in your festival, Occupants. It actually was tied to Occupants. Our main executive producer, Paul Hickman, was one of our backers for Occupants. And the reason
Okay.
was because we had Robert Picardo in that film, who is of Star Trek Voyager. and he's a big Star Trek fan. So um, Paul loves action films. I love action films, and
Everybody loves
one of the
action.
films that we both love is Run Lola Run,
Yeah.
German film from '98.
Yeah.
And we actually used that, especially the music, as a template
Okay.
for Assassin's Apprentice. So we wanted to do something that was in the parkour category, and our lead actress, Tara Page, she's actually been in big Hollywood films like Transformers, Alice in Wonderland, and she is a stunt actress. So she was more than willing to do the stunts, you know. She only complained to me after the fact when I had her climb a fence like 30 times and say, okay, we got to go back to one. Okay, do it again. Okay, we got to go back to one. Yeah. But I was in the moment, in the zone, and that's just how that is. So basically, it's an homage to films like Run Lola Run or The Matrix, or these are films that I love. So that's how it came about. It was Paul Hickman because of Occupants, and then we did this, and now we actually filmed the sequel, and we actually went to the Canary Islands to do some location shooting.
Wow.
And yeah, that was before COVID, because COVID completely screwed everything up.
Yeah.
And everybody's nodding their heads.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know where everybody lives, but in the US, in Los Angeles, where I am, it's awful. And we're making a new film, and the COVID rules are really expensive, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But pre-COVID, we shot the sequel in 2019. So basically, Paul, he I guess wants to keep continuing to make these Assassin's Apprentice films, and he loves Star Trek actors. So we actually employed even more Star Trek actors in the second one.
Don't say too much, because I'm gonna have a follow-up question on that after. Okay. Clarence.
Yes.
Your film is titled "We Can't Breathe." So my guess is you made that film in reaction to the George Floyd situation.
Yes.
Can
So
you tell
it's a combination of different murders of innocent African American men and women, but the catalyst for it all was the George Floyd murder. So basically, what that short is about, it's more of an intimate piece. It's about a young African American couple. One of the characters is actually biracial, and that plays a part throughout the story. But they get into a debate because the male character wants to kind of go to the protests and support, stand against the violence that's happening. And the other character, her opinion is slightly biased because she is biracial and her father is a white police officer. So her viewpoint is a little bit different. She doesn't necessarily agree with her boyfriend's standpoint. So this film is a debate about the Black Lives Matter movement, police brutality. So it was something that I kind of wrote kind of feverishly, because this is a topic that's close to my heart. Of course, I'm an African-American male, young male. So, I could have been George Floyd. Some of my friends could have been George Floyd. It's a very personal topic. And I wanted to, kind of just pour my heart into something. So this is actually the most personal film that I've ever made. So all my other films kind of have little hints and bits of my opinions on things, but this one, kind of fully explores my thoughts on this matter. But what I also wanted to do, I didn't want this to just be a one-sided thing. So I kind of addressed both sides. So the people that don't understand why George Floyd was killed, the people that kind of think, well, couldn't he have done this differently? And same thing with other situations, like couldn't African Americans react differently, or not get angry, or not do this? So I kind of wanted to address both points of view, because everyone's opinions are valid, but it's just a matter of expressing it honestly.
Absolutely.
And truthfully.
And that's where the film really works for me, because we have a Black Lives Matter category, Black Lives Matter theme this year in the festival. So we have movies that fit into that category. Your film is maybe the only one that really brings two different perspectives on the same short period of time. The two characters in the film both have valid arguments. You may agree or not, but it's articulate, it's smart, and it's made in a way that these kind of movie, I feel, are going to allow you to think about it and to say, oh, I agree with the girl, but hey, I agree with the boy too. So where do I stand? Was it like the goal you wanted to have, to spark a discussion or to show both sides?
Yeah, so actually everything you just said was exactly my intention. I wanted to present a story where people, agree with one character or disagree with another, but also kind of understand both opinions. So I'm actually very glad that you said that, because that was exactly what I was thinking. Because I didn't want this to just be a one-sided, just all about Black Lives Matter and why that's important. That is an important aspect, but I also wanted to show the other point of view, because not everybody, not
Yeah.
everyone, especially as I'm sure all you guys understand, is not on the same page.
Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of address both sides.
And what works also, it happens in just one room. It's a bedroom, I think, and it gives a casual atmosphere, very soft. That's good for listening, basically. So the movie shows that. That's cool. Back to you, MJ. Where did you shoot the film? Did you shoot in
In South Korea.
in South Korea? Okay. So how did you find the lead, the male guy?
Through my producer. He's based in Singapore, but
Okay.
he got in touch with the couple of people in Hollywood, and Kyrie Lyman, his name came up, but at that time it was in November last year, and then I found out this Kyrie, my lead actor, he has a second child, was just born. So
Okay.
and then the filming was in December in South Korea. So I thought there was no way he would come to Korea.
And leave the baby boy.
Yes, and also this is a short film, so it's, we have a baby budget.
Yeah.
You know what? I told my producer, thank you for the trying, but I don't think he's gonna come. But actually, after he read the script, he called me. He said he really wanted to come. I was like,
Wow.
that's very nice. So he flew over to
That's
Korea.
cool.
Yeah, that was really really good. Yeah.
That's cool. How did you? Because he's got a very bad character.
Mhm.
There is almost nothing you can forgive
Mhm.
about these men who portrays the American military who
Yes.
killed the
Yeah.
girl.
Mhm.
How do you work with an actor that has to portray such a brutal and inhuman figure?
Mm. Um, I took him to the place where the murder happened. So we went visit there where the entertainment was established for American soldier. And we had a lot of talk. And also I show him the images of the victim. And also I saw one of his film reel that he played as a psycho killer. It was really perfect.
Okay.
His scene match to my film character. So it was quite smooth operation between me and him.
Yeah.
We understand really, we bond very quickly, and he
Okay.
understood the story, deeply within a very short time.
Yeah, that's cool. That's interesting because yeah, each of your movie have very good performances and amazing cast. So that's something that's very important for a short film.
Mm.
Russell, there's one thing that I want to know. You said you may be shooting new episodes or new short films in the series of The Assistant Apprentice. Are you working on a feature film too? Because you got the cast already, you got the concept, you got the proof that it's gonna look good. Isn't it gonna be the next natural step?
Well, that's up to my producer, Paul Hickman, and it's up to me to convince him that that is going to be the case. Yeah, I would love to do that. And basically, again, it's Paul's call, so it's really up to him. I meant the sequel. It's actually longer than the first film. It's going to be probably
Okay.
30 minutes. But I mean, he may have a game plan of combining the first, second, and a third one together into a feature. That's
Okay, so maybe make a like a trilogy of three
Yeah.
short films and
Yeah,
make it a special program, or maybe combine it all together to make almost a feature film. Now you don't have much left to shoot.
yeah, that's a possibility. And our film, so the sequel has Armin Shimmerman, who was Quark on Star Trek Deep Space Nine, as Gary Graham of Alien Nation, but he was also the Vulcan ambassador in Star Trek Enterprise.
Okay.
And then Sean Kenny, who was the crippled Captain Pike in the original series. So I think possibly what the game plan of my producer is to get
A Star Trek reunion.
Star Trek actors from all incarnations of Star Trek. So Marina Sirtis is the Next Generation.
Yeah,
Picard
that's my show.
is
Yeah.
Voyager. So I think that might be the plan. I don't know. He's the genius, not me. So I'm leaving
Come
up
on.
to Blakeman to decide. But yeah, that.
So are you a Star Trek fan yourself?
Yes,
Yeah, more Star Trek than Star Wars.
I'm both.
You
With
both.
Star Wars.
Is that an authorized answer? Can you be both?
I think I can. I like Star Trek for its message. I love Star Wars, honestly, for John Williams, the music.
Yeah,
So,
gotcha.
I'm just a big fan of John Williams, and
Okay.
right now I listen to his 9 Star Wars scores when I'm exercising. I mean, it's just So yeah, I think you can be a fan of both.
Clarence, are you more like Star Wars or Star Trek if you had to pick one?
So this is actually going to be a little controversial, but I'm not a fan of either.
Interesting.
I'm
Go ahead.
not really a sci-fi guy. I'm more of a Tarantino guy, Kevin Smith guy,
So what
Spike,
if
John Singleton.
what if Tarantino finally maybe does the next Star Trek? You're gonna watch this.
If he actually is this, because I've been hearing about this for years, but if it's actually
Yeah.
a go, I will be there.
Yeah, and then he's gonna bring you to be a Star Trek fan, maybe. So
We'll see. We'll see.
okay. What about you, MJ? If you had to pick one, Star Trek, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars? Oh, I would pick Star Trek. I've always been a Trekkie. Yeah.
And then we have to do this. There we go.
How do you? Oh my God, it's been a long time. Let me cheat.
There you go.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for taking the time to do this panel and these roundtable. We really appreciate it. I hope that people are gonna find some answers in what we all said. So, guys, if you're watching this Q&A, next to this video, left or right, you're gonna have each of these guys' movie. So MJ is Juicy Girl, Clarence is We Can't Breathe, and Russ is The Assassin's Apprentice. So check out the movies. They are all three very different and very interesting, and they're gonna move you, they're gonna make you laugh, they're gonna entertain you. And that's what our festival is about, to bring good films to the audience. And all of you, I'm really looking forward to see your next move and the next movie you're gonna make. This is cool. Don't forget us and send us the next production you have, okay?
Definitely.
Absolutely. Thank
Cool.
you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for being here, and have a good morning, MJ. Good night. I don't know if you're gonna back to sleep. And guys in LA, have a good day. Right here, it's sunny right now. I hope you don't have too much smoke where you are.
No, not too bad.
Okay, cool.
It's okay. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Thank you. Take
Thank
care.
you so much. Bye, everybody.
Guys.
Take care.